What up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kings and queens? Welcome back, rather, to yet another special edition, man, of the Championer podcast. Like you already know, my name is Championer Bruno, and today I'm not alone. I'm chilling with the one and only. He calls himself Pat. He does a whole lot of things. I'm talking clothing, whatever you can think of, but above all, he does graffiti. So that's what we are here to unpack today. Rodman, what's up? Welcome to the show.
Hola, thank you for having me, man.
Thank you for joining me. I'm just excited, man. I'm just excited to be doing this because the podcast is focused on people who are into arts, creativity and stuff, right? So we are very honored to have you on the show. Before we get down to the business, I like to break ice by letting my fans or audience know who I'm interviewing. So can you tell us more about yourself?
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah.
My name is Tumita Khudi, but generally known as Pet on graffiti scenes. I've been doing graffiti from 2021. First got involved with it via Back to the City.
Okay.
And since then, I've had my own pillar to do at Back to the City. I've had countless of, graffiti jobs, Last year, there was a good one I did with Adidas. Last year I was also headlining Comic Con as one of the guest artists. Did a nice mural by the Mnet stage with spray cans and graffiti. So I've been doing a lot in the graffiti game, but I only started in 2021, so I still want to go on. That's why you can see me spreading my name everywhere, around the West End.
I mean, you already told them enough before we got anywhere, but can you tell us about your upbringing, growing up? Before we get anywhere, how was growing up for Tumelo Takhudi? Did I say it right? Takhudi.
Yeah, Takhudi.
Yeah. How was life growing up for the 13-year-old, 6-year-old Tumelo?
Oh, I was always catching on trouble, drawing on walls and stuff like that, drawing in the books.
So it's been in the blood.
Yeah, it's been there, but not so much with the spray can, as if you can think about that,
How did you do it back then? Yeah.
I'm from the Free State, so over there's not so much exposure to stuff like graffiti and things like that. It's more for modern towns, because the part from the Free State I'm from is called Velkom, Tabong Velkom. So
Velkom, yeah.
It's not your big town per se, so stuff like graffiti and that. I used to see it when I'd come to Joburg for school holidays and stuff like that.
All right.
I'd see it on the walls, like, wow, this is nice paintings, but I never.
But did you know that you were going to be like this icon in this kind of thing?
Not at all. Not at all, because I was still focusing on drawing and painting and doing graphic design, printing out stickers, printing out t-shirts. I was more focused on all of that. That's why I started graffiti late. Only 3 years ago I started to do graffiti in 2021. That wasn't really on my list. There's something appealing, but
what were you doing before graffiti?
I was doing graphic design. I was working on collaborations with stuff like Rainwater.
Yeah.
Stuff like the Department of Education, Department of Labor, jobs for those people to do. Yeah, I've been doing graphic design work most of the time.
So you said you started 2021 doing graffiti.
Yeah, spray paint.
Graphic design, how did you start?
I went to college. So I finished school in Free State in a school called Velkom High School.
When was that?
In 2011, I finished. Okay. And then I came to Joburg, started studying in Greenside. I started doing graphic design. From there, I finished with graphic design. I moved on to fine art history and all that.
What is fine art?
Fine art is outdated.
Or you mean you're drawing on a canvas?
Yeah, they show you a bowl of apples. Then you must say, all these apples, shade. So it's outdated, man. It's outdated fine art, I believe. But it gives you good principles and understanding how to work with art.
So from there, you graduated with graphic design degree. Am I right?
Yeah, with graphic design and fine art diploma. Fine art.
Looking at South Africa right now, we have a really high unemployment rate in the world.
Yeah,
one of the highest, right? So how is it like as a graduate coming straight from college, fresh from university, and then was it tough for you getting a job or your first gig as a graphic designer?
No, I was getting attraction from other people when I was still in college, even even people like Prince KB and all that. So I was getting attraction because of my style.
How do you I'm trying to understand. You're just starting out. How do you get someone like Prince KB to find like access to your work or to see your work? How do you do it?
I just put the work in, man. You know,
Yeah, and hope for the best.
Yeah, you know, that's the best thing you can do. That's how I always do it. You know.
Yeah. What was your first gig as a graphic designer? Who did you do graphics for? The first person.
So I was freelancing at the time, and then it was the year of my graduation. So last year I'm still in college, not working for anyone. I'm just doing random jobs for people on the side. Hey, I want a logo or something like that. Flyer. I'll be doing that in my free time for extra money and shit. Then I got arrested.
Okay.
Yeah, on the day before I had to submit my artwork in college. Yeah, I got arrested.
It was a project.
It's like it was like the final paintings we had to do.
Yo, what did you do then?
Dacha, man. Back when Dacha was illegal, you know. It's not like nowadays.
So they found you with like a whole bag.
Small bag. Like that's small.
Yeah.
Take me away.
And then you couldn't submit.
I couldn't submit, so I came back on Monday. Said, "Hey, but here's the police forms. These fuckers arrested me. Kept me out one night. Like, it's not our fault, but eventually they took they took my artworks.
Okay.
My paintings are submitted.
Because you came with the letter of pardon.
Because they wanted me out of the college as well. You know,
they weren't feeling you before the arrest. I mean, like you said,
I
you
think
were
they were happy to see me go. I think they were happy to see me go, but I was a very good student, you know.
I mean, academically, yes, but you were troublesome.
Yeah, so I finished that. So after getting arrested, I had to make a plan not to get a job because, like, hey, you got arrested. What? So sharp. I got a job. It was something with the Department of Education. Surprisingly, they hired me first. I was there for a week. They sucked. And then I moved to Vilakazi Street side, opposite Vilakazi, Pefeni.
Yeah.
There's something called Trackside Creative.
Okay.
So they handle, printing stickers, and they're very much hip-hop based. And, it's run by a guy called Mambila Dice,
You are a hip-hop guy, ne?
In a way,
Yeah.
In a way, because of... So Mambila Dice was running that. I started working for him. I told him, listen, I'm still going to cases on this day, I must go to court, this day. Why don't you hire me? He hired me, and then from there we were working. We did collaborations with some international acts. So it was going quite well there at Trackside.
The stars were aligning. I mean,
but fuck. At the end of the day, the boss is a problem. See,
working for the man.
Yeah, so I stopped that job, then went to Orlando Pirates.
So, like, what were you doing at Orlando Pirates?
Graphic design. The same thing I was doing by Dice, by Mambila, at Trackside.
Okay.
I went to Orlando Pirates. I was doing the same thing.
So you've never like struggled to get a gig?
Nah, I got a few gigs until I stopped getting gigs. I was like, I've had it with this,
Okay.
Last full-time employment I had maybe was 2017, 18.
Yeah.
Last
You're
time
like,
I was,
fuck it, I'm not gonna work for the man
and then
anymore.
I've been just working for myself
Since then. Okay.
Since then. Then during COVID, that's when I started doing graffiti in 2021.
Funny. I like that you mentioned COVID, right? Because it was a turning point for a lot of people, right? Jobs were getting lost. Some people were getting sick, insurances and stuff, right? So how was like 2020 for you, or just the pandemic? Were you coping through it?
Yeah, I was right, man. Considering you do art and stuff like that, so you can always keep yourself busy. If you're angry, if you're frustrated, you can always just draw something. If you're angry, if you're happy, you can draw something. So the art kept me cool and sane, but got to a point where I needed, a more challenge, a different thrill, because then doing graffiti is something totally different. You can draw in your book or whatever like that. That's all right. You don't get into trouble for that. You even put a sticker on a stop sign. You don't get into trouble for that. But now,
so you like the rush.
Yeah, it's also purposeful as well, man, because more people can see your stuff now.
Yeah, I mean, I see those 90s movies. We used to see a lot of graffiti artists. I mean, being chased around by police for drawing on a wall. What is that thing about street art that people just like the rush, or you're not getting paid for it, but you enjoy doing it, you even like getting into trouble for it? What's the thing behind it?
Behind graffiti, man. Graffiti is like the oldest culture, Then you got street art, which is, came up after graffiti.
It's not the same thing.
It's not the same
What's
thing.
the difference?
Well, street art is more commission based, so those guys have permission to do what they're doing for starters.
Okay.
They get the paint supply and they're getting paid for it.
So they're doing the same like creative stuff you guys are drawing, or it's more like maybe, let's say, a government
approved
department.
thing. They'll draw flowers or
I see. Maybe a
make
protea there.
a protea
for the proteas there.
or a whale or a shark or stuff like that. Animals. Stuff like that.
So it's commission based.
And it's all commission based. So
you guys,
with graffiti, there's no commission.
Okay.
There's no permission, no commission.
But
just go.
But as a creative, I would think maybe like us, we are doing this podcast because we are taking it out there. We want people to see us and know us and know that we are the ones who are doing this thing.
Yeah.
But you are in a bus. You're going to maybe Free State. You see this dope graffiti painting on the wall. You don't know who did it, right? I'm not gonna give you credit if I don't know you. So don't you feel like you guys don't get enough credit for the work that you put in?
Yeah, for sure, but it's mainly from public. We won't get much credit from it, but in the art spaces, the circles of artists, that's where that means a lot.
Yeah.
In those circles, that's where you can get recognition for it and all that. And at the end of the day, you can't be fighting for anyone's approval or whatever standards they think should be art or graffiti.
So you guys rate yourself.
Yeah, and that also comes with a bit of a problem because then you see awful graffiti that goes on.
you can say it.
But you
can say it.
Yeah, man. You just get a pen. Start on a pen and paper first. Get your style up, your style aligned. Then you can start going out.
I used to have this friend of mine. Like he was like this nerd, crazy dude, smoked Zol a lot, right? He used to draw like these crazy things. He had like a small booklet, like used to draw these crazy things, Illuminati stuff, but he was dope, right? And then he did it with a pen, the same drawing you would find on the same drawing you'd find on the wall. He did it with a pen. So how was the transition from you starting drawing on a pen, on a page rather, and then going to the wall? Like, isn't it scary?
Yeah, it is. It is a lot, man, because
you are scared that maybe you'll mess up your first painting.
No, not that bad, no, man. Like, the can works differently, man. It's pressure, holding your finger, your distance from the wall, pin trips sometimes. So you have to go through those speed ups in the beginning.
But there's no school for graffiti.
Nowadays, there's people doing lessons and classes.
But when you started, there were no.
It's gaining popularity and stuff. But
when you started, there were no schools or.
Nah, you can only teach yourself graffiti on the streets.
Because I hear you talking about the techniques, how you hold the spray, the trigger and stuff.
Yeah.
Who taught you those things?
It's things we learned in the street,
Yeah.
From painting, trial and error, me and a homie of mine trap,
Yeah.
Yeah, we paint like, let's go out, go to Rosebank, get a few spray cans, walk around, get a green side, have a few drinks, print stickers. From there, paint some more. And then after a few months of actually now getting traction, because people are speaking now, about who the hell is trap, who the hell is pet, what the hell is that in the States? Getting more traction, just go and try different things, try different nozzles, see what each nozzle works out as, Try things like shaking the can and holding it upside down for 10 seconds to like try and let out some pressure, try and get some smoother lines, all those things we learned from doing in the streets.
Your art, these graffiti paintings we see, I mean, I'm a very creative person. I like I'm crazily in love with the creative art. So like I see, it's like maybe when you go to an art gallery, right? You find someone explaining something you don't see there. So like when I look at that painting, man, I see maybe something someone doesn't see, right? Something that's there but it's not. Am I right?
Yeah.
How do you come up with that? Maybe you find like this one here, this donut eating someone. Where do you get this kind of inspiration?
Yeah, man eating donuts, man. That goes with it, man. Just start drawing and then sometimes you can plan a drawing. Sometimes the drawing plan itself before you even start.
But you guys draw some crazy stuff, dog. I'm just like, how does a person, like a sane person, thinks of this kind of things?
There's a problem right there, man. You can't be sane to think of these kind of things. First, you have to step out of the boundaries of what's normal,
the box.
What's seen as normal and all that, and just disregard any of that. then you can create something nice, something original, especially something original,
Okay.
Because I think if I wasn't doing original art, I could be easily painting a Garfield there in the streets, you know. Or
We've seen Garfield a lot of times.
Rick and Morty or something like that that people like, but that will not give me substance at the end of the day. More people will react to that. People will approve of it more.
Because they even they even know that
because it's something that's known. But the problem with that is that you're now killing the root of creativity for you. Where's the original characters? And because of my originality, I think it's why I was able to be spotted and be able to work on such big gigs, for spray painting. Considering the short amount of time I've been spray painting.
So how does one know that? Because you don't put your email address there. Let's say I want.
I'm not a street artist. I'm a graffiti artist, man.
I mean, like, how do I find you? I mean, I want something. Maybe I have like a wall like this in my room. I want you to do something for me. How do I find you? I mean, I just see the name there. It's Pet.
Yeah.
I don't know who Pet is. We don't see his face. How do I find someone like that?
Yeah, I don't know how you found me in the first place. I'm also surprised. So, how you found me? Yeah,
connections.
That's connections. At the end of the day, man, with anything you need, it's connections.
You mentioned some crazy big brands. I mean, Orlando Pirates. You mentioned the bank, I think.
Yeah.
Standard Bank. Were you working?
No, I was just doing something for an award ceremony.
Okay.
It was a digital one, so just spray the names of the guys that won, the nominees and the guys that won. So that shoot to and the winner is for this, and then they shoot to a clip of me spraying the name of the winner. Then they zoom out and be like, this is
dope.
It.
That was dope.
Something I did for the national. It was a national campaign, that one. Did something with Adidas. Yeah, they shot that massive.
What was
advert.
That with Adidas?
I was just looking pretty. I was a model and I was also painting, but I was fake spraying.
Okay.
So it was good feeling, like you guys are hiring me to model and spray paint fake. That's be on your advert. Okay, sharp, I'll do that.
Yeah. So you've been on an Adidas ad.
It's like a little documentary, actually, mini docu.
Can one make money, man, doing graffiti?
Yeah, definitely.
There's a lot of money.
Like you can't. Like the essence of graffiti in it is a culture, but doing murals and stuff like that is a different game, and that's where the money lies. Not in the graffiti so much in South Africa yet, but you're gonna get there, where people will literally pay lots of money just for throw up a name like Trap.
So like
Nothing
in
too
your
fancy.
own capacity, do you value the monetary side of it or the creative side of it?
Definitely the creative side of it,
Okay. Why?
More than anything,
So you'd rather start doing something you love than getting paid to sell out?
Yeah, with graffiti. That's why That's why I also do paintings where I get paid for. But I'm not going there as a graffiti artist in the aspect of that. Remember, I was a trained artist. I used to do paintings on canvas.
Yeah.
Graphic design stuff I used to do for money. So I will. But in terms of graffiti, I'd be cool not making money out of graffiti, and then making more money out of everything else that I can do.
Yeah.
Then that won't bother me, because then I won't find a need to go and do a mural in someone's gym now. Must or someone lifting weights.
I mean, fortunate enough for you, maybe you have like backups, like multiple income streams. Let's say, for example, you only do graffiti. Would that same
then it's
principle apply again?
Yeah, that's going to be tough, man, because there's a lot of artists that have very nice style, but they've been around in the game for some time and do nice graffiti, but then the monetary side doesn't balance it out.
Okay.
And then they also deal a great deal of frustration with how can they get paint jobs and all that stuff. It all comes down to the essence. If
you are dope, you're not really getting a gig. What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with that?
I mean, I'm asking you, why would you say it's wrong if, like, you see my work, maybe we both do graffiti.
Yeah.
I'm dope, but I'm not getting any work. What could be, like, the problem? Am I not marketing myself?
Yeah, it's marketing, and it's also you keeping the graffiti sacred to being graffiti. So you won't go around there, I'll leave your email. Like, you won't go around and you want to make an interview, but busy vandalizing police stations and stuff like that,
Yeah.
trains, but you show your face. Yeah, I'm a different kind of person, you see.
Okay.
From the aspect that I'm doing graffiti from, I still respect the rules of graffiti.
Yeah.
I still go with that whenever I do graffiti. And I also do murals. Street art. People have approached me. I've let a few of them down. Say, but
you're not selling out.
Not to say sell out, man, but like there's topics that people want you to speak about as well. Like once you're an artist, you're a vehicle now.
Okay.
You're like a way of sending a message across. Now,
it has to appeal to you first.
Their agenda out now. So about how certain people, and you can't get into all that stuff.
So like you're saying, if you are to do a gig with someone, it has to appeal to you before you can do it.
Mustn't be any weird stuff, man. And there's a lot of weird stuff in this industry. There's a lot of weird stuff in this industry. So as long as not some weird stuff, you'll be alright.
Okay. What is the biggest bag you've ever done? If you are comfortable with, let's say, the biggest.
Like one day worth of just smiling. A lot of money, man. You can make money from graffiti.
Oh, so you don't want to say your bag? It's fine. We can move from there. Now let's talk back to the city, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the biggest culture events, hip hop events in the country. Maybe the whole of Africa.
The whole of Africa,
yeah.
Biggest hip hop.
Who's doing that? Because I think also Rashid K is part of that.
Osmic.
Yeah.
A man called Osmic Minowe.
Yeah, I know him.
Yeah, he's the one, the Madala of that thing.
Yeah.
Or that event.
How did it start? Maybe you have like knowledge about it, because I've seen it on magazines stuff.
Yeah, I don't really have too much knowledge of
okay, but you've been a part of it, maybe.
I've been part of it. I was
that part that you know.
I was on stage this year. We were painting. They had trains installed on stage, so I was painting the trains on the stage. Me and a couple of my homies, a couple of good artists as well, like Jackson Bele or like Exe, Sowetism, and it was a nice experience for me personally, because people first was performing, or painting the train. Then Pretty Ugly set was on, and we were still painting the trains there. It was a very nice way to end my year last year.
What is like the culture behind? I mean, we know it's all about culture, right? We have painters, we have graffiti artists, we have singers, rappers, whatever you can get, right? Just like the fraternity of hip hop, all in one place. But according to you, someone who's been there, what is like the atmosphere of Back to the City?
Atmosphere of Back to the City, né?
Something else.
Yeah, it's changed the direction,
Okay.
I remember when I first went, it was very much more intimate affair. But how many sponsors? The more sponsors, the more people want to know. You have to expand it. You have to try and accommodate everyone. So you move more from like just accommodating your organic hip hop heads and accommodating people like hip hop music in general. Even if it's
because you are right,
subgenres like
first it was about like hip hop heads, classics.
Now it's for people who listen to hip hop music on the radio, plays whatever pop top songs. Can go to Back to the City. Like
I had this song by Pretty Ugly on YFM. I wanna hear him performing. Yeah. Even if I'm not like a hip hop fan. Yeah.
Because the hip hop head will have their own opinions on what the culture means.
Yeah. You'll be on the stage and niggas listening to your bars and stuff. They're not enjoying the set.
Because like with a lot of the young guys that are making music now as well. It's very. It's different, I mean, it's what the people get around. It's different. So best thing you can do, someone even of my age, just to okay, I sit and I recognize this is the way these young guys are speaking.
Yeah. Because
on the one end, people say, this guy's not original, sounding like this. Okay, now there's some new sound, and then you don't like it because of the way it sounds, but they're trying something original, irrespective of
change is good,
irrespective of how poor the message is. Or how moralless the stories are. But this is a shock culture, so I don't think the immorality will continue for too long. Hip hop was only 50 years old, so
shout out last year 2023 it was turning 50.
So it's not about immorality and anything like that. I have a problem with that. Just their ways of wasting out their desires. These new young artists, because you voice out your desires.
Yeah.
That's why hip hop was much more conscious in the 90s and coming up there, because people desired to be free from oppression.
Yeah.
That's why they were making music that was making you feel good, or informing you about something, or educating you, you know?
Yeah.
Or standing up, rising up. That was the thing. Okay, now I'll pass the stage as
now we're talking about
having young people that
popping bottles.
Yeah, want to pop bottles, you know. It's their desires.
So you feel like hip hop has changed like way too much?
Yeah, it changed a lot. Changed a lot, man. Changed a lot.
You grew up to hip hop. I'm sensing that.
Yeah.
Who did you listen to like growing up? Or how were you introduced to hip hop in a way?
Hip hop, I'd always hear the tunes and stuff like that, but I was more of a house head. I mean, you know, I used to like house, but I had a very much foundation of hip hop, the 90s stuff.
Okay.
But I wasn't always listening to that really until.
Who was playing them when you were hearing them? Because a lot of guys would say, "Hey, my big brother used to play Tupac."
I had no big brother, you see, or big sister or anything like that.
They used to play you Tupac,
so
your Ice Cube.
I had to play my own music, man.
Okay.
You know, or I'd hear from someone somewhere in the city, but I used to always collect my own music. That's why I said only when I age where I could collect and download and get my music the way I get it, would I have my own playlist. But prior to that, it was always like deep house. That was it. I used to like DJing and virtual DJ growing up in high school. All this stuff, you know. Listen to hip hop later when I came to Joburg. I'd really go into. But I knew the artists, Most Def. Those who knew about Most Def, Talib Kweli, Black Star. That's what I used to listen
Classics,
to. Yeah.
Classics.
But then I got deeper into it after that, knowing stuff like MF Doom, discovering those kind of artists. Wu-Tang, you know. So
who's your favorite in the Wu-Tang Clan?
Wu-Tang Clan, my favorite there. It's ODB.
ODB. Nah, man, my favorite is Method Man. He just has the swag.
Yeah, he is right, but I don't think you'll find a character again like ODB. Like that's a menace number to hold line, man, because of what he does, what he's been doing on the films as well. You know? The amount of TV appearances he makes and all that stuff. I like that, and the fact that you can also collaborate with brands and other people, like with.
He's a brand. He's not an artist.
Exactly. Like when he was collaborating with Redman and all the stuff he was doing. That for me, I like it. But only because of the character, man. You know, like can be pissed drunk, he can be gay to as fuck, you can have messed up teeth, you know, crazy hair, you know,
everything.
Still have your style, you know, and still be relevant. You don't have to conform so much.
Okay, to the society standards.
Yeah, exactly.
I see you. That's what that's your motto.
Yeah.
Do not conform.
Yeah, not.
Okay. So before we close it, can we talk about this here? How was it crafted? Was this handcrafted?
Yeah.
Did you do this?
Yeah, all of this starts on paper. Yeah, drawing on paper first.
But it looks like some magazine pieces.
Yeah, no, these are. I use something called.
You can put the mic there. Yeah.
Use something called UV print, right?
Okay.
To get this texture on like this manic is here.
Yeah.
But it all starts on paper, so I'll draw my artwork first.
Yeah.
Draw it out, you know. After that, I scan it. From scanning, I put it on my software, scan it, digitize it, make sure it's solid. Then I can reproduce the artwork, because now it's no point in, because if you can check at the back, everything's different.
Yeah.
I have a whole lot of different ideas, so I like to sketch out my concepts, name them.
So
put them aside.
What do you call this particular piece?
That's right at the back.
Okay.
Sweet tooth.
Sweet tooth.
Yeah, one of one.
Okay.
No, if you have a sweet tooth, the devil is gonna give you cavities.
Yeah. I see. I like the poetry behind it. Can you explain the poetry behind your art?
I'll be lying to you if I explained it.
Okay.
It's always up for interpretation, you know.
Anyone's opinion.
Yeah, the only explanations I can have is like the usage of my lines.
Okay.
Because
this is a story, man. You are telling a story here.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it becomes a story. You know, like if you like sweet things, you know, guys eating your brain.
Okay.
There's a soul there going out, you know. A whole lot of things involved.
Yeah.
It's draining your soul out. But at least if you have a happy soul, you'll still be now. At the end of the day, you know, it's not the end of it. You know, and people should always know that there's always redemption. You know, there's always forgiveness in life.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, so never hold yourself down for things like that.
Where do you put God in all of your life, if I can put it in a way? Where is God in your life?
On top.
On top.
Like it should be, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you a prayer?
I'm a praying mantis.
What's that? Hey. Of course. What's a praying mantis? Hey.
Yeah, let's do some research.
Nah, okay, I see.
Yeah.
We're like 30 minutes in, man. We covered a lot. I mean,
yeah, I think I'm 10 minutes ahead.
Yeah,
you have 10 minutes bonus time for me.
Yeah,
I don't know how you got that right, but God bless you guys. You know?
Thank you. I'm hoping you come back again to the show, and then we're gonna touch on a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah, definitely, but just trying to finish up the store next door.
Okay, yeah. You saw the store; it's coming up.
Yeah, I just need a few more things, to put in order for that. But this coming week is looking good for me.
Okay.
So once I get my stuff in order, we'll have the next interview in the store, and I can walk you through the other things I do, like my printing, like my art in general, and all that. And then maybe I can do a demonstration of a spray or something,
Yeah. Okay. Big other brands you'd like to work with? Chicken Licking. We want to see you on a Chicken Licking ad, man.
You should send something that would be interesting would be like McDonald's, because I haven't seen them do anything really with any artists. I mean, Nando's.
We just hope they are watching.
Obviously. I don't know, there's a lot of South artists. It's a nice brand,
Okay.
Maybe there's something on the horizon. Maybe there's already in play.
Yeah. Someone is typing.
But like with McDonald's, I haven't seen them do any collaborations with artists from this side. So it'd be quite interesting if I can learn something with them,
Okay.
Yeah. And apart from that, I just really like to push out a brand for myself.
Mm-hmm.
It would be very, very nice, also like camping gear, so ACG, Gore-Tex, a collaboration with that would be very nice.
It would be nice.
I like my camping clothing. I like
we hope
Dickies. I've been loving
man.
Dickies from birth. And,
all the best. All the best. So something we like to do before closing here on the Champion 30 seconds. You look straight into the camera. You give us your motivation to someone out there who's looking. They might be wanting to do what you do, or just for inspiration and motivation. What would you like to say?
Oh, simple, man. Try and wake up early. Even if you have nothing to do that's going to give you any source of whatever, wake up early. Work on a plan. If you don't have a plan, it's all right as long as you woke up early. Too many people are lethargic, lackadaisic. Humanity is getting drained out a lot. So wake up early. Try your hardest to do that. If you have nothing better to do, take a run. Clear up your mind always, but just try and wake up early, guys. Because the longer you sleep, the longer you sleep, the more things pass you by. So just try and wake up early, man. For your own sake,
and for your own health. Thank you, man. Thank you for joining us. We'll catch up again on the next one.
For sure, man. For sure, man. Check out my stuff in the streets, man.
Yeah.
I pinned it outside. And I pinned it by. I can't mention.
We'll put the pictures. We'll put the pictures.
But one of them is a bank in the main road.
Yeah. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Flood your comments. If you know this guy or you have seen his work, I want you to expose him on the comment section. Flood it. From me, Champion Bruno, we'll see you on the next one. From my main man, Pat, we say peace out.